Welcome to the circuit south of Venice in the north of Italy, where we kicked off the 2020 season last weekend with the WSK Champions Cup. And today we are back at Adria as we present to you round 1 of 4, the 2020 WSK Supermaster Series. The championship that was launched way back in 2010 that boasted Antonio Giovinazzi, who is now lining up for his second season with the Sauber Alfa Romeo team. Antonio, along with Betske Visa, Nicholas Nielsen and Marco Dionysis, they were the original champions of the WSK Supermaster Series. It is a 4-round championship once again for 2020. We have 231 drivers here this weekend in the north of Italy for round 1 here at Adria. In a few moments, we race the OK Junior Final. The karts are down on the circuit. Karol Paszovic will line up on pole position. He is alongside Alfio Spinner, who won the WSK Champions Cup 7 days ago. We started with 76 junior drivers. It's been a brilliant weekend thus far, but it all comes down to this. How did we get to this point? Well, let's take a look at some of the highlights this weekend here at Adria of OK Junior. Well, the karts are on the grid. Apologies for that technical issue as you look at Alfio Spinner. We'll bring you the highlights of Junior in just a moment. Alfio Spinner, who won the Champions Cup, starting to the right of your screen. Karol Paszovic to the left. These are the highlights thus far of OK Junior. Brando Badoer 301 for Italia Racing. He took pole position on Friday for the second weekend in a row. Arvid Lindblad from London in England, he once again has been the driver to beat. He will line up for the final on the second row in the 304 Kart Republic in a few moments' time. Martina Stensone 311, that is 343. Timek Kuharczyk, the pole personally backed by Robert himself, who is certainly in contention for a victory here this afternoon. Karol Paszovic, also from Poland. Well, he won the pre-final this morning. Ugo, who was shunted out of the final last weekend, the American, also wants to take the victory. He's been in red-hot form, and he will start on the third row of the grid for Ricky Flynn Motorsport. On board with Martina Stensone, the former Supermaster Series champion, back in 2018. That was in 60cc Mini. The two pre-finals raced this morning. Alfio Spinner and Karol Paszovic taking the respective wins. Alex Powell, third race ever in juniors, and it's been a rough weekend. He does line up in the final. He has made it through, albeit back on the 16th row of the grid. We are ready to race the final OK Junior here at Adria Karting Raceway. The weather here, well, it's positively balmy, if you consider 8 degrees Celsius and covered by fog as such. However, the track is dry as you look at Il Siciliano. He won last weekend, as we say, the Champions Cup, and he also won a couple of years ago, 2017, actually 3 years ago. We're already living in the future. You can see 2020 painted on the Adria Karting Raceway Bridge. 2017, he won for Team Gomoto in 60 Mini, and 7 days ago for Team Italia Racing in OK Junior. This is the pole sitter. The pole is on pole. How many times have we said that in various classes across the weekend? Karol Paszovic lines up in 358. The official Tony Kart Racing entry, powered by the Vortex. This is Il Siciliano, following in the footsteps of Gabriele Mini, who will line up with the Prema Power team in the Italian F4 Championship, powered by Arbath, presented to you by WSK Promotion in 2020. Artem Severukian on the second row of the grid. Award Racing, the Russians, absolutely ubiquitous here this weekend. Arvid Lindblad still looking to stand on the top step of the podium. The driver from London in England. Second row of the grid. We will go through it for you in its entirety. The Kubica kart of the pole, Timek Kuharczyk. Inside third row start, may well take the victory here this afternoon. He's alongside the driver from New York, USA, Ugo Ugochukwu for the English Ricky Flint Motorsport team. Of course, America preparing for the Super Bowl tomorrow morning. Kansas City versus San Francisco 49ers. So many people watching live our broadcast. And speaking of Americans, the New York-born Singaporean Akshay Bora in the McLaren Kart Republic. Akshay starting alongside his countryman, Christian Ho in the Sauber Kart Republic. It is, as ever, a 16-lap final. There is Christian, third last weekend. The colours of the Sauber racing team, the Sauber karting racing team, finished third a week ago. The Singaporeans on the fourth row of the grid, albeit Akshay born in New York, USA, as the green flag flies. And we get ready to race. Welcome to Adria, the 15th season of competition for WSK promotion, the 11th season of the brilliant WSK Supermaster Series. This is the grid with Karol Pashovic, the pole on pole. Spinner, Severukian, Lindblad, Kuharczyk for Kubica Racing, Ugo, and then the two Singaporeans, Akshay Bora, Christian Ho, Kirill Kutskov, and the Swede Philip Victorson. Kasper Stuka is alongside another English driver in Josh Irfan. Miran Pingasov, Matteo De Paolo for KGT Racing, Jonathan Vavart from Denmark. Tuka Tappinen is alongside Connor Zilic from North Carolina, USA. Martinius Stensone, the former champion in the Supermaster Series. The two Russians, Maximilian Popov, Alexander Gubenko, the fastest qualifier. Brando Bavoer is alongside Maxwell Dodds on the 11th row of the grid. Then it's Harley Keeble, Chris Hahn, Aiden Neat, Emmo Fittipaldi Jr. and Matias Ferreira. Meninas do Brasil, the boys from Brazil. Emmo, between last weekend and this weekend, took time to go and visit the Sauber Formula One team. Lines up alongside Aiden Neat, head of his country, Matias Ferreira. Then it's back to Will Mack, Christian Bertuca, Patrick Hackler, the Jamaican sensation, Alex Powell, the 333 Energy. On the 16th row of the grid, Giovanni Trentin. And the third Singaporean in the field, Dion Gauda, is alongside the second generation racer, Maceo Capieto, whose father, Guillaume, came so close to winning the 1998 European 100cc ICA Championships at Valence in France, which was ultimately won by Julien Poncelet. Ready for the start. Welcome to Adria. Well, ready for the start in a few moments' time. We go around one more time. Incidentally, a problem before the start for Jonathan Vavart. He has stopped, he's out. Jonathan Vavart will not line up on the grid. So much support for the Dane. The Forza Racing driver is out, and he's furious. We go around one more time. Pashovic, the pole on pole. While they go around, just like to give a huge shout out to Ryan Sheehan, who is recovering from a big accident over on the other side of the Atlantic. Ryan, who was injured quite badly. Ryan, mate, we wish you all the best, and we hope to see you back on track very, very soon. Ryan Sheehan, the American, our thoughts are with you here in the paddock at Adria Karting Raceway. The Americans, they are flying the stars and stripes for you this weekend, be assured. Ugo on the third row of the grid, Connor, the 2017 Rock International Champion, alongside the former Supermaster Series champion, Martinius Stensone. The pole leads them up to the line. Karol Pashovic down into turn number one. We race. And Spinner is on the outside immediately. Severukian goes through into position 2. Spinner back to third, Spinner back to fourth. The poles run 1 and 3. Timak Kuhachik up into third, tries to go second, runs into the back of Severukian. Spinner in fourth place, they're three wide. He's got the American. Ugol trying to sweep around the outside. He gets the inside line. Alfio Spinner on the brakes hard. Ugol will get the both of them. Nice move by the American as the pole, who started on pole, Karol Pashovic, leads the way on the first lap here today at Adria Karting Raceway. Pashovic won. Ugol 2. There is Spinner in fourth place. The winner of the Champions Cup last weekend comes across the line in position 4. Severukian for Ward Racing in the Tony Kart. So it's Tony Karts 1 and 2. That's the Cosmic. Big news for 2020. Ricky Flynn Motorsport switching from the FA Kart to the Cosmic brand. Ugo in P3 from Lindblad. Spinner Kuhachik. The Singaporeans running together. Christian Ho ahead of Akshay Bora. Kutskov and Pingasov, the two Russians, round out the 10 on the second lap of the final. The WSK Supermasters Series here at Adria, and Karol Pashovic in the factory Vortex-powered Tony Kart already has a fabulous lead of 9/10 of a second. Be assured, though, Spinner will come for him. The Chetila Racing Kart Republic behind the factory entry of the Londoner Arvid Lindblad, who's the fastest driver on the circuit at this early stage of the race. Just repeating, Jonathan Vavart out before the start. 33 karts taking the green, with Jonathan out on the roll-up laps, unfortunately. We'll see him back for the second round of the WSK Supermaster Series at South Garda Karting Lonato in 3 weeks' time. Ugo on your screen has closed in on the back of Severukian. There is Spinner on the back of Lindblad. Christian Ho in the Sauber Kart Republic coming for the both of them. The gap down to 8/10 of a second. Fastest driver is Christian Ho at this early stage of the race. Now the Vega tyres are up to temperature. It is just 8 degrees Celsius, but it is dry and it has rubbed in nicely here this weekend. Severukian Ugo goes down the inside. The Cold War continues here in the north of Italy. The American goes by the Russian. The yellow flag has come out, an incident. They're going to come around in just a moment to see Dion Gowda and William McIntyre there at the top of your screen. Wow, Dion, that's a dangerous position to abandon the RFM Cosmic. The field go by. We're back green. Both drivers okay at the moment. There is some concern, though, for William McIntyre. In fact, we've gone full course yellow. Full course yellow. There is concern for William McIntyre. Dion Gowda, in fact, attempting to restart. So the lead that Pashovic did have has now evaporated. Full course yellow here in the OK Junior final are coming together off screen between Will Mack and Dion at the back of the pack. Has eliminated both of them. Also, Alex Powell, the 333 Energy, has retired as well. And Jonathan Vavart out before the start. Full course yellow here at Adria. This is lap number 5 of 16. As the drivers go past the accident scene. In a moment, you will see our race director, Mr. Alessandro Ferrari, who's back with us for the 15th season of WSK promotion. That is him to the left of your screen with the slow board, the yellow. We are full course. An incident on the third lap. McIntyre, Gowda and Powell. Gowda has abandoned his attempts, incidentally, to restart, and we can see William McIntyre is stepping out of the kart. His helmet is off and he's standing by himself, so obviously shaken, but he looks to be pretty much okay. I know his family watching back in the UK, but I can tell you, fortunately, William is okay, which is great news. His Sodi kart, well, that's another story. McIntyre is okay, which is great to see. We have full course yellow. McIntyre is out. Gowda is out in that incident. Alex Powell, the 333 energy. Well, the Jamaican, he will be no sensation this afternoon. He has also retired, and Jonathan did not make the start. 34 starters. We have 30 drivers on the circuit. So the order is Pashovic. Pashovic, Ugachuko, Severukian, Lindblad, Spinner. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just one eye out the window. There is Alessandro to the left of your screen, still with the yellow flag. Well, the track is cleared after that incident. William McIntyre is okay, which is the most important thing to come out of the last few laps. It will be the end of lap number 7 here at Adria, the WSK Supermaster Series. Pashovic 1, Ugachuko 2, Severukian 3, Lindblad 4, Spinner in 5. Another lap under full course yellow. And the index finger goes up. Next time round, we race. So it will be half race distance. The remaining 8 laps, we race to the flag. They bunch up. It is an IndyCar style start. Or NASCAR style. It's a full course yellow. You know what I mean. We go green next time round. Pashovic, the pole, who started on pole. He had a second lead over the American Ugo. And it's Severukian, Lindblad, Spinner, who won the Champions Cup. There is the Chetila Racing Kart Republic. Ahead of Christian Ho and Akshay Bora, the 2 Singaporeans, ahead of Kuhachik in the RK Kart. The Russians, Pingasov, Kutskov. In 11th will be Philip Victorson. Ahead of Gubenko, Stuka, Martinius, the 2018 WSK Supermaster Series champion. In Mini, he's in 14th place. He's made a good start. For Team Rosberg, ahead of Josh Irfan, Tappanen, Bertuka, Dots, Verheera, and Chris Hannon from Netherlands on debut in WSK in position 20. Here we go, the second half of the race. Spinner trying to get the jump. We go green here at Adria. And it's the green machine who leads down into turn number 1. Ugo looks aggressive here this afternoon. He was denied the podium 7 days ago. In 8 laps time, we'll see if he can stand on the top step. Severukian has missed the start. He's already back to 5th as Pashovic defends. There's the Sauber Kart Republic in the background of Christian Ho. Spinner up into position 4. A green flag past the previous accident scene, which has been cleared. 30 drivers still in the pack. Patrick Hackler trying to make his way up. Behind Matteo Cappietto, Giovanni Trentin, and the Russian son of a Top Gun, Maximilian Popov. Spinner so close to the back of Lindblad. The Kart Republic's trying to get past the Cosmic and the OTK Tony Kart that run 1 and 2. Pashovic will go down the inside. The American just sends it. Lindblad tries to follow him through. Pashovic back to P2. Ugo Ugachuku all the way from New York. USA is in position 1. Lindblad goes up into 2nd. Spinner follows him through. Pashovic tries to fight back. He defends 3rd place, but not for long. Spinner darts down the inside. Il Siciliano is now up onto the podium. Christian Ho right behind him. Ugo leads the way. Pashovic and Kuhachik, the poles, in positions 4 and 5. Onto the straight. Ricky Flynn Motorsport, the American, the familiar silver bell helmet of Ugo Ugachuku. 326, the Vortex-powered Cosmic Kart from Lindblad. In 2nd place, and Spinner is coming for the both of them. So the Kart Republic's in 2nd, 3rd, 4th. The Cosmic leads the way. It is so much easier to chase than it is to lead, particularly where the track is 10 metres wide here at Adria Karting Raceway in the north of Italy. Down the inside into the sweeper, Ugo simply cannot defend. He fights back on the exit. Over the ripple strip, he loses the place. Look at Alfio's spinner. Takes the lead from position 3. Looking to go 2 weeks in a row. Ugo from position 1. The American is now off the podium. 5 laps remaining. Lindblad versus Spinner. Kart Republic. 1, 2 and 3. Ugo, can he fight back? That is the question. As Christian dives down the inside, takes the Londoner Lindblad for second place. Ugo back up into third. Kuharczyk in the Kubica kart. There he is in position 5. Down the inside goes Ugo. He's back into second place, the freight train. The two poles go side by side. Kuharczyk and Pashovic. Pashovic, he started on pole position, runs into the back of Christian. They come onto the straight. Look at the lead. Spinner, this is just incredible. The first round of the WSK Supermaster Series. He has got a gap of 1.5 seconds. He's pulling away. They are fighting. I will call it now. As Ugo dives down the inside. Siciliano, il Siciliano, vincerà questa gara. I will tell you, Alfio will win this race. Yes, there is still 4 laps remaining, but look at the freight train. Ugo defending in second place. Lindblad right behind him. The gap is 1.5 seconds as they dice, as they fight. Il Siciliano, Alfio Spinner, who won the Champions Cup here last weekend, is pulling away. The gap 1.5 seconds. Lindblad straight lines the Magny-Cours chicane here at Adria Raceway. The gap 1.5 seconds. Now out to 1.7. He's put another 2/10 between himself and the American from New York, USA. For the English team, they arrived here as part of the European Union. They go home tonight as proud Englishmen, hopefully with a podium, unlikely a victory, as their American driver drops back to third place. Arvid Lindblad into second. There is Karel Pashovic, the pole on the outside of Ugo, who has to defend. Spinner is pulling away. There will be 2 laps to go at the end of this lap. There is Christian Ho. He's catching them once again in the Sauber Kart Republic. Down through the chicane. They smash the ripple strips. The gap 1.5 seconds. Then it was 1.7. There goes Alfio. It is out to 2.2. He will win the first round of the WSK Supermaster Series as Christian Ho on the go. He's the Singaporean in the Sauber Kart Republic. P5, but he's the fastest driver on the circuit. 50.4, he's 0.2 of a second. Even quicker than Spinner, but he's so far back he may not even make the podium. Worse still, he has to defend from Pingasov, Stensone, Akshay Bora, Kuharczyk, and Alexander Gubenko, the Moscovite, who's up into position 10. Ugo into third place from Pashovic. There is Christian. Alfio will come across the line to get the last lap board. What a brilliant performance. The gap 2.2 seconds. You can see it's near on 100 meters. Now 2.5 seconds. This is the last lap of the race. Ugo in P3. Cops a touch from the pole, Karel Pashovic. He's now up onto the podium. Ugo and Christian Ho came to grief last weekend in the Champions Cup, and now they're going wheel to wheel on the final lap of the race. Ugo will be slow on the exit. Ho tries to capitalize. This is the last lap of the race. Alfio Spinner will take the lead into the second round of the Supermasters Series at South Garda Karting Lonato in 3 weeks' time. Watch Ho, he will dive down the inside. Ugo covers him off. The final corner, that checkered flag comes out for Il Siciliano. Alfio Spinner, what a spectacular victory. 2 weeks in a row. He takes the victory from the Londoner, Arvid Lindblad. Ugo position number 3 by 0.09 of a second. What a brilliant start to the afternoon, the WSK Super Masters Series. Just brilliant. The provisional standings, the provisional results of a brilliant junior final. Alfio Spina, the Italian, from the Englishman, and just that, he's no longer European. Arvid Lindblad, great drive to come home second. And Ugo from the USA, position 3 for Ricky Flynn Motorsport. There is Christian Ho, just missed the podium by 0.09 of a second. From Karol Pashovic, who started on pole. Stetsson, a good drive from the Norwegian. Pingasov, Bordak, Uhacic. And from Moscow for the Cosmic Racing Team, Alexander Gubenko. Tuka Tapinen, Bertuka Severukian. Matthias Ferreira, by the way, the fastest qualifier on Friday, comes home in a disappointing 15th for him. Hanan, Irfan, Keeble, De Paulo. The boy from Sochi for Ward Racing, Maximilian Popov. Connor Zilic from North Carolina. The USA has had a great weekend. Closes out in 21st from Fittipaldi, Stuka, Nit, Capieto, Trentin. Kutskov, the Russian, finishing ahead of Patrick Hackler, the final finisher. And just going back to that accident, William McIntyre, which brought out the full course yellow, he is okay. Alfio Spina does it for the second week in a row. He takes the lead in the WSK Super Master Series, heading into the second round at South Garda Karting, 3 weeks' time, the 23rd of February. Stay with us on WSK.it. We're just getting started. The podium presentation for OK Junior, live from Adria in just a moment. The drivers make their way up to the podium here at Adria Karting Raceway. Alfio Spina has done it for the second week in a row. Just brilliant. Drivers make their way up. We'll get underway with the presentation in just a moment. Three different nationalities on the podium here this afternoon. A brilliant race at the end of the day. The result is exactly the same as 7 days ago. Il Siciliano ha vinto di nuovo. Of course, he won the Champions Cup 7 days ago. He won the Champions Cup in 2007 for Team Komoto. And he wins OK Junior for Chetila Racing here today. The podium for OK Junior here at Adria Karting Raceway. In third place from the other side of the Atlantic, all the way from New York. Third place, Ugo Ugachuku. Second place for Team Kart Republic from England, the Londoner, Arvid Lindblad. Ha vinto di nuovo, semplicemente, il siciliano Alfio Spina! Third place trophy to Ugo Ugachuku of New York, USA. Second place to Arvid Lindblad of London in England. Il vincitore, il siciliano, Alfio Spina! The national anthem of Italia. The podium for OK Junior, third place, Ugo Ugachukwu, second, Arvid Lindblad, and taking the series lead into South Garda Karting Lonato. The second round of the Super Master Series on the 23rd of February, Alfio Spinner. Stay with us on WSK.it. We continue to race the Super Master Series live from Adria Karting Raceway.